Welcome to another edition of our YouTube channel, Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. My name is Victor. I'm from the beautiful city of Vancouver, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. Are you fed up with outrageously expensive prices in the US, Canada, or whatever country that you're from? Cold winters, high crime, the rat race, leaving it early in the morning, coming home late at night, just working, working, working. And when you come home in the evening from work, you're so tired to spend any time with your family. Just the rat race. Are you fed up of that? Does it sound familiar? Listen, that's not what life is all about. Life should be enjoyed. We're only here on this earth for a very, very short period of time. If you get caught up in that rat race, before you know it, you're old and you're 60, 70 years old, and soon the lights are going to be off. So, what I'm saying is, you absolutely can be living the life of your dreams, working 2 or 3 hours a day, living in a tropical paradise, hanging out at the beach for literally 85 to 90% cheaper than what it would be back home. Now, here's the thing. Myself and several of my friends, we came to this part of the world. I live in Philippines. My friends live here. Some of my friends live in Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, uh, Indonesia, etc. When we first came here, we didn't really have a solid plan. We ended up broke and we had to go back home. But we learned from our mistakes. Even though it's very, very cheap to live in this part of the world, you still do need a sustainable source of income. I just laugh because literally 90% of these YouTube videos telling you how you can make money online, they're just bogus. They're complete lies and nonsense. That being said, there are about 10% of these videos which not only me, but several of my friends have been doing for the past several years, working a couple of hours a day. And the rest of the time, we're just relaxing, going to the beach, drinking coconut water. It's like every day is a vacation. You can be doing the same thing as well. Absolutely. We're living proof of that. We do get people who email us every day. Our email is in the description box below. You can reach us there. Let's get started with today's video. In this video, I'm going to discuss the really beautiful city of Vigan in northern Luzon in the Philippines. And Vigan is situated, I would say, on the northwest corner of the island of Luzon in Philippines. It's a northwestern Philippines. I would say it's about a solid, let's say, 6.5 hour drive north of Manila. And I tell you, my first impression of Vigan is this is an incredibly, really underrated part of the Philippines. It is a UNESCO World Heritage City. And my first impression, honestly, when I was there was that I didn't even feel that I was in the Philippines. And I can say this honestly about quite a few places in northern, really the far north of the Philippines, northern Luzon. I can say this about a lot of places in northern Luzon that I didn't really feel that I was in the Philippines, but not to the degree of Vigan. Vigan literally felt like I was in Europe somewhere. Let's put it that way. Literally, it felt like I was in Europe. A perfect example in Manila, Intramuros in Manila, same feeling. I felt like I was somewhere in Europe. But one thing I noticed about the streets of Vigan, they're made from like this cobblestone type of material, and the cobble. I really thought just the streets, it's very similar to the streets in Waikiki. If anyone has ever been to Waikiki, Honolulu, Hawaii, the streets are the same like that. I don't. It looks like they're made from. My guess would be cobblestone, like an old European Renaissance type of architecture. And I really like the solitude of this place, the peace, quiet, solitude. You have horse-drawn carriages on the streets, and it's just a really peaceful, quiet place. I like peace and quiet, and that's what Vegan really is. And two places come to mind with Vegan, two plazas. The first is Plaza Salcedo, which is like a longer L-shaped type of open space, and the other is the Plaza Burgos, which is the smaller open space. And some of the other attractions that are really, I'm just trying to recall offhand, the City Hall, the provincial capital building, are really brilliantly designed. The same you can say about the St. Paul's Church and the Archbishop Palace. Again, this is really, I would describe it as being more Spanish French type of architecture, and they have a total of 233 historic buildings in a grid of like about 25 streets. Vigan is obviously bigger than Intramuros, but Intramuros in Manila, I go there sometimes to extend my visa previously. Um, it really does remind me of Intramuros. Like Intramuros is like a mini Vigan in Manila. But all in all, this is a place that you must visit. It is definitely very underrated. I'll say it's really underrated. And there's some elements that remind me of Iloilo in Western Visayas, but again, Iloilo does definitely not have as much of a European feel as Vegan does. Vegan does, but Vegan is really, again, one of these places you must visit. It's really one of the, I would say, the top three most underrated places in the Philippines. That's it for this edition of Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. Until next time, take care, everybody.